With just few days to go for Maharashtra elections, this election is going to be very unique and interesting. Why? Because for the first time now there are 6 major parties in the fray. Also in 2022, Shiv Sena, which was the major party in Maharashtra, that got split into two. So now for Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, which is a part of MVA, the road ahead is not going to be that smooth. It's going to be very challenging because 40 MLAs are not with them. To talk about that, we are joined today by Aaditya Thackeray, MLA and former cabinet minister. Thank you, Aditya, for joining us. If you talk about your party, Shiv Sena, now you are the moderate face of Shiv Sena, because if we look at the history, Shiv Sena has its history in aggressive kind of politics, about nativist politics. How important is this nativist politics? And are we also going ahead with that? The Marathi Manus plan that you have always been talking about.
I think in the past 2 years, actually, I've been given the tag of the aggressive face. Thankfully, you've called me the moderate face again. Look, I mean, aggression, moderation, all of it depends on the kind of issue. In terms of the Bhumiputras, in terms of the rights for locals, yes, that is very close to heart. Having said that, today what is happening is Maharashtra is being pulled into an absolute, downward spiral by Eknath Shinde and the BJP that's supporting him. What we're looking at is jobs are not available for anyone in our state. The biggest crisis in our state today, apart from the agrarian crisis and the law and order, which also exists, is jobs, jobs, jobs. Nobody is having any job. You go to a rural area, everyone's looking for a job in either an MIDC or trying to apply for government jobs. The government jobs are completely, in a mess. Students have to protest. People have to protest for jobs to come their way, for examinations to happen on time. In terms of the private sector, there is a huge exodus of industries to other states, be it forced by the BJP or also because of the political instability brought in by Eknath Shinde and the BJP. I think that is the biggest issue today.
So when
when you speak about nativist politics, I think that's happening all over the world today because everyone's looking inward.
Right. And when I meant by aggression, it means the street aggression
Yes,
that we do not see in Shiv Sena right now. So you seem to be changing that. So, and also when your party split at that point of time, do you think that was also one of the reasons that you have changed your party from that street aggression?
I think it's very clear. And the example Uddhavji says, as party president and also my father when he guides us, it's about when you're creating a statue, you need a hammer and a chisel. Once you've created the statue, if you keep using the hammer and chisel, the statue is going to break. You need to then, keep cleaning it, keep polishing it, and keep it as preserved as possible, as well preserved as possible.
Right. So in Lok Sabha, we have seen that Shiv Sena, your party, got a lot of Muslim votes as well, which in say 20-30 years ago was something which was unbelievable. So what has changed? Like how did
20-30 years ago, I think a lot of votes were unbelievable. As a political party progresses and as it shows its work, votes keep coming. Two major factors. One is, of course, along with Hindu votes, Muslim votes, Sikh votes, Christian votes, Buddhist votes, Parsi votes all came away as citizens of India, as citizens of Maharashtra. Frankly, because they wanted and they still want to save democracy that's in danger. They want to save the constitution that's in danger. But apart from that, I think the 2.5 years of Mr. Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray as the Chief Minister of our state, he has proved that he can serve the state selflessly in a very clean manner and taking everyone together in a true way. I think that was very important for a state like us because we're as agrarian as a state, as industrious as a state. We're as urban as a state, as rural as a state. We give the biggest or the highest revenue to the center as GST and other taxes, while we get hardly anything in return. So you need someone who is mature, who is balanced and takes everyone along for a state like Maharashtra.
So if we talk about your constituency, Worli, now in Worli is going to see it's a VIP constituency.
Really?
Because of the candidates that are coming now trying to challenge you as well, it's a high stake battle. Of course, it's not going to be very like a cakewalk for you. There's Milind Devra, there's talks of Milind Devra also coming from Shinde Shiv Sena. Then
that
MNS already.
I doubt that. Anyway.
You don't feel that?
Look, a lot of candidates will stand. I mean, you'll have candidates from all parties standing in elections. I don't know if he'll steal the thunder from any other election across the world, which are also happening as high-stake elections, to Worli. I hope certainly not. But
at least in Maharashtra
having said
context.
that, I mean, people should treat all of us not as VIPs or high stakes. We're candidates. They should look at our track records. If we have served the people in an official role before as MP or MLA or minister, how has our track record been over the past 10 years, over the past 5 years, or in the past time of official service that we've been in terms of serving the people? People should see that, and the electorate will vote for us.
But in Lok Sabha, we've seen that your Worli constituency, the margin was just about 6,000 odd votes. So, why do you think that was the case? Because when you won in 2019, you won with a massive victory. So, what did you do?
No, it's not exactly like how Varanasi was, where the Prime Minister was trailing thrice for the first time. That's a different ball game, and that's also maybe because of performance or whatever. I think Worli, a lot of seats across Maharashtra, you see, margins have been narrow because, of course, for Mumbai, 20th May was a date way into a lot of holidays, a lot of confusion. Voter lists were also skewed up. If you see, a lot of people couldn't vote. Voting patterns also. In fact, we held a press conference saying, please step out and vote because the vote percent was slow from the Election Commission. I think a lot of factors were brought in, but now I think going further, all the seats where we've won with a narrow margin, we will do well.
And in Worli, how do you plan to correct this?
I think that you will see with the people.
You're confident about it?
I'm saying I've served the people and the people will bless me with their votes.
Right. And, seat sharing is like almost finalized, but we saw a lot of bickering over that seat sharing, especially between your party and Congress. Sanjay Raut from your party and Nana Patole from Congress. They came out and there was a war of words between the both of them. What exactly happened? And because Congress people are saying Shiv Sena has been headstrong.
They were trying to entertain the media that was waiting for long hours outside, seeing what's happening inside. But frankly, I think all is well. The Mahavikas Aghadi, all of us as put together, we're fighting for the state of Maharashtra against the injustice, against the political instability, against the exodus of jobs and employment and industries. So we're fighting as one unit. Yes, there will be some friction over some seats because everyone believes that these are seats all of us can win. Collectively, also, we need to figure out how we can win in those seats, whoever gets the ticket. So I think that is what is happening.
But then it's the image that your party has that, Shiv Sena is acting very headstrong in terms of seat sharing.
I think it's very clear that we've not acted headstrong at all. We've been in there humbly. Yes, whatever we feel is, rightfully ours in terms of a sitting seat or whoever can win there, we've put our views strongly. But not headstrongly, strongly.
Right.
And at least, unlike Eknath Shinde and the rest of the group there, we're not being summoned to Delhi or any other place. We are sitting in Mumbai, very respectfully, giving each other respect and speaking about the best interests of Maharashtra.
So all negotiations are
almost done. I think by the time this is aired, it'll all be clear.
Right. And, MVA, if we talk about MVA, which was formed in 2019, different parties coming together. Your ideology was different, Congress's ideology was different. There was a common minimum program, that's why that was formed. In the last 5 years, the gap that was there, has that narrowed or, how has it been?
I think we are strongly together. See, be it with the BJP or be it with the Congress, we will have certain differences. And rightfully so, because had all of us been on the same page on all issues, we would have been one party. As political parties, we have our core ideology as certain thought process. Having said that, I think in governance or in administration, largely, the biggest job for us as political parties is to resonate what the people say, to keep echoing what the people say, to fight for justice. And if you see what's happened is in the past 2.5 years, we've seen a lot of political chaos happening in Maharashtra, a lot of social, religious hatred being spread in Maharashtra, the BJP trying to create riots in Maharashtra. Trying to put everyone else into the riots while their own kids are studying abroad and living abroad. I think this is the kind of politics we are firmly against. And even while in government, if you see the handing of COVID or the attracting of industries and 6.5 lakh crores to Maharashtra as investment, we were working as one unit. So finally, our ideology is the betterment of the country and the state and the society.
But in terms of this development that we just spoke about, the recent CSDS Lokniti survey that came, some people also, there was one part in it which said that, Mahayuti is performing better in terms of some infrastructure projects or maybe it's the drinking water and electricity supply. So there people seem to be giving edge to Mahayuti over
I think it's our job now to step out, which we have been on the road for the past 2.5 years as well as in terms of opposition. But to again make people realize that all the projects that are in the making today or have been inaugurated have actually been delayed by the Eknath Shinde government. Every project that he has touched, be it the MTHL, be it the missing link in Mumbai-Pune highway through the Lonavala tunnel, or be it the northbound coastal road, be it the coastal road, be it the Worli-Shuri connector, be it the Goregaon-Mulund link road, be it the metro, every project that Eknath Shinde has touched, he has either changed the contractor or gone for a cost escalation, trying to seek kickbacks out of it apparently. So I think this is what really matters, and the people will realize it.
How would you convince people otherwise?
I think we have to be honest and speak to them. And
Yeah.
that is what we are doing. People do realize it. I think, again, what has happened is over the past 1 month, the amount of money that these guys have put into advertisements and hoardings, that sort of created a blind spot for a lot of people. And we need to break through that.
And in the last 1 month itself, there are these popular schemes that also came out. A lot of GRs came out, and
And got cancelled also.
yeah, but the popular scheme have like the Ladli Behan, it seemed to be working. Then Mumbai toll free, that has resonated amongst people. So what is your counter to all these schemes?
Counter is honesty, and again showing the people what has happened in the past 2.5 years. A lot of people say that public memory is short. I don't believe so. People do realize the work we did in COVID. People do realize the clean kind of work we did across our administrative years. They do realize how Maharashtra was one as a unit without social or communal divides and working towards jobs, industries, development, sustainable development. In terms of Ladli Behan, they've remembered women in the past 1 month or 2 months. Very, conveniently also not acting on the atrocities and attacks that are happening on women. They also have 2 ministers, one who has terrible charges against him, the other one goes around abusing women MPs. So I think even the women who are getting 1,500 rupees know where to vote, and they will vote very decisively for the MVA because they realize that 10 years ago these were the same people who promised 15 lakh rupees. Now they're giving 1,500 rupees.
But especially in urban-centric women that we also speak to, women around us as well. The money that they are getting, and now they have even gotten money till November.
Yes.
So that's something they're seeing it, and whatever you're saying, like the atrocities or your counter to that, do you really think that's going to resonate
I
with
think people of Maharashtra think very politically and know what kind of dirty politics has gone down in the state for the past 5 years. People know what they will be voting for, what they are choosing, and they will vote that way. In terms of, again, like I said, be it Ladli Behna or toll or whatever, on one side they're giving us 1,500 rupees or saying, okay, you don't have to pay 50 rupees at the toll. On the other side, they're giving Mumbai free of cost to Adani. They're giving the Koliwadas to builders. They're giving industries to Gujarat. They're giving away jobs to other states. So people feel the brunt of that. And that is what is, coming across in wherever we're traveling.
And now going back to the election again, another Thackeray is coming into the election fray now, your cousin Aaditya Thackeray. But he is contesting from Mahim constituency, which has been traditionally a Shiv Sena stronghold. So what do you think are his chances there? And you have, of course, put up your candidate there as well. And this has been, voted for Shiv Sena. So what do you think his chances? Because MNS also has some presence.
Look, I'll tell you what,
in the constituency.
like I said, another cousin of ours, Varun, is also standing from Brandwell East. I think a lot of us as young people are trying to stand from everywhere. And be it young or a little older, wise and new, all of us are trying to build a better Maharashtra. So I give my best wishes to everyone. And I think there will be many candidates who will come into the fray over the next 2 days as well. It's going to be a very interesting fight across Maharashtra. But again, this is about the idea of Maharashtra. The parties, whoever are contesting or independents who are contesting, need to clarify where they stand and where they stood in the Lok Sabha elections and where they stand now. In the Lok Sabha elections, whoever supported BJP was against the Constitution of India, was against the democracy, and they still stand to be. Whoever supported the BJP in the Lok Sabha elections stand supporting the exodus or the forced exodus of industries and jobs from a state to Gujarat. Whoever supported the BJP in the Lok Sabha supports Adani getting free of cost land to the tune of 1,080 acres in Mumbai. So people, independence parties must come out clearly on where they stand as their political ideology when it comes to Mumbai or Maharashtra.
So do you think that you have time enough to tell this to people, go out and tell this to
Yes,
people?
I think it's for the political parties to do this now, the next 48 hours when they choose to be in the fray for elections.
Yeah. And, in Lok Sabha, the results that came out, people repose their faith in MVA, the number of seats that you won. But your campaign at that point of time also revolved around, gaddars and people turning back on you and constitution. All those issues were there. Do you think the same issues will resonate even today, especially in Maharashtra, when we talk about the Maharashtra pride and you speak about the gaddars versus the Mahayuti will talk about these schemes and their developmental work? Do you think it will resonate this time around?
I think, look, I mean, again, in terms of the Mahayuti, firstly, if at all they can sit on the same sofa and speak in one tune on any given topic, I think I'll be very happy, because as a government, you need to be going in the same direction. Two, yes, this is still about also the constitution, because the first state where the constitution was kept aside, democracy was kept aside, justice has been kept aside, is Maharashtra, in terms of what happened to our party and then the NCP. And obviously to the state, because they've toppled a smooth running government for charges of, for people who were going to go behind bars. They've adopted them, put them in the washing machine, and now they're BJP people or Eknath Shinde's people. So that is one. But I think, again, like, the people see through it. This fight is about the pride of Maharashtra. This is about whether Maharashtra goes forward or goes behind. Whether Maharashtra gets the BJP culture or basks in the glory of Maharashtra's culture. This is about all of it.
If you can elaborate that.
See, BJP's culture is about burning people and beating up people over what they eat and what kind of color they wear and what they wear, where they go. It's about preaching to others. It's about, inaugurating temples that are half ready only for the benefit of elections. Burning people, mob lynching. This is not Maharashtra's culture. Maharashtra was never so divided. Maharashtra's social fabric is very strong.
But one issue between MVA was on the CM phase, especially because your party wanted to declare a CM phase and Congress and NCP Sharad Pawar did not want to do that. What is the stand right now?
The stand is very clear. Look, we were not wanting to declare. Of course, we thought that a phase would be better, because almost every survey is showing that if there's one person who's most acceptable to the people of Maharashtra, with a huge majority in terms of the CM phase, it's Aaditya Thackeray. 2.5 years after the government was toppled also. So clearly that means that he resonates with the people, be it with the farm loan waiver that he had, or with the kind of work in COVID, or with the kind of urban development that was happening, or support that he gave to the people. Having said that, we've also said that this is not a personal ambition or a squabble for the post, and which is why if our allies have a better face, we're happy to go with that. This is about Maharashtra. This is about Maharashtra CM not bending in front of Delhi, not running away to Surat, Goa, Guwahati, and hiding in some corner. This is not about not being able to ask Delhi about why we're not getting our due funds and justice.
So you will be okay with an allies CM as well?
We are looking at the betterment of Maharashtra. This is not a personal ambition.
Do you have any ambition?
Zero. I've always learned, especially in Maharashtra politics, that you should never hold such ambitions. Just serve the people.
And finally, Aditya, then last question.
Because, I'll tell you what, it's great to have ambition, but when you start eyeing a particular post, or when you start looking for something that's a post or an office, that becomes your biggest distraction. You need to have a focus, not a distraction.
So you, right now,
the focus is to serve the people, get elected, serve the people, get our government. That's the focus. Don't have a distraction of the office or the post.
Sure. So finally, last question. You have been a cabinet minister as well. So in the 2.5 years that you were there, you spoke about education. You spoke about, of course, you were the environment minister, so you had to tackle with the environmental issues. You spoke about them. So right now, if you come to power again, what is your vision for Mumbai and your vision for Maharashtra separately?
Look, I mean, Mumbai, firstly, what is very important is, with my father when he was the CM, he was probably the first Mumbaikar, whole and soul Mumbaikar, born and brought up in Mumbai, to be the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. A lot of times Mumbai is taken to be, by the BJP today especially, as the hen which lays the golden eggs, and they're trying to kill the hen itself and take the golden eggs away. Eknath Shinde is very happy with the hen too, and he's like, oh, this is my hen, and let's make it lay more golden eggs. For us, Mumbai is a Janmabhoomi, Karmabhoomi as much as Maharashtra. Mumbai was not easily given to Maharashtra as its capital. We had to fight for it. Today, because the BJP can't win Mumbai, cannot break Mumbai, is trying to give it to Adani free of cost, so that they can run Mumbai indirectly through an industrial group. Mumbai for us is something where Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, Nagpur, Thane, Kolhapur, Solapur, Navi Mumbai, all of these cities, I think what is very important is, along with the politicians and the administrators, you need urban planners, architects to be designing our cities for better pedestrian movements, better traffic movement, because our urbanization is going to increase rapidly.
Hmm.
As of today, we have almost 40 cities that are million plus.
Hmm.
But why are they cities? Only because the population is million plus, not because they come in the terminology of cities globally. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have everything that a city really has to have. I think it's very important for us to focus on both urban and rural development in a way that is sustainable. Focus on, of course, education and healthcare as the primary builders of cities and rural areas. But along with that, the biggest priority for me in terms of Maharashtra is going to be jobs, jobs, jobs.
How are you going
Job
to tackle
creation.
that?
I think it's very important. For example, when the Maharashtra, when government was, headed by Aaditya Thackeray, the industrialists believed in him, trusted him, knew that this man is not going to loot us. A lot of them actually announced industries in Maharashtra. MOUs were signed globally and locally. 95% of those MOUs were converted to work on ground in terms of manufacturing units, and jobs were coming in. I think attracting industries, decriminalizing certain bad business decisions, having a compliance committee that makes compliance also easy, just like inviting business is easy. These are some of the things, and create a fabric politically and socially which is more stable and trustworthy of global investment.
And environmentally also, like right now we are going into winter, Mumbai will once again
Oh, yeah.
get air pollution
Tell me who
problem.
responds to any environmental queries? Nobody from this regime, because nobody cares anything about this environment.
There was a Mumbai climate action plan that you designed at that point of time when you were governing. What is your plan now for
We need
Mumbai
to activate
then?
that, because the Mumbai Climate Action Plan actually has gone into the details of it. And likewise, we have one for Pune, Solapur, Kolhapur, Nashik, Nagpur. We have sort of critiqued ourselves as governments, where we are going right, where we are going wrong. What are the short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals, solutions, problems, all of it together. And I think it's still available on the BMC website if that has to be actually put into action.
Sure. Thank you so much for talking to us, taking
Thank you.
time out, and thank you.